Good morning. Want to have my fireplace going this morning. Create a little ambiance for my show. It's more than just for my show. It's kind of nice. I think it's relaxing having crackling fires or spiritual music playing. I guess ideally we'd be okay living just with our thoughts. But I think the whole probably reason art and music was created was to help get us out of our thoughts a little bit. So I don't think there's probably anything wrong. Good morning, Rebecca. Hello, Fred. Good morning, Undersky. I was thinking about you recently. Wondering how that job of yours is going. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you even if your job is going like crap, for the record, Undersky. Because, you know, sometimes keeping going is the hardest part. And I know you were struggling a few months back. And now, you know, I'm sure life's still challenging a little bit. I'm sure you're still got some issues, but it must feel good. You just said you worked 5 days in a row. Way to go. Have somewhere to go, a feeling of purpose, inflow of money. Makes life a little bit easier for sure. Doesn't buy happiness, but it's better than being broke for sure. So way to go. I'm proud of you. Getting started early a little bit today. I was up around 5 o'clock. Woke up during the night. It's so funny. I went golfing yesterday. I was invited to go golfing and played a beautiful course. It was a beautiful day. Played up in Green Bay and felt so healthy out on the golf course. And honestly, fairly at peace, considering my game sort of sucked, and I hit so many bad shots. But anyway, I felt real good out there. I was enjoying it. The weather was beautiful. The course was beautiful. The leaves were beautiful. There were deer. I was walking around. My knee, I had knee surgery, I don't know, a long time ago, and I've had bad right knee, but I still felt strong. I'd worked out that morning. I felt healthy. I felt good. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't tempted to drink. Was really enjoying the moment that was my round of golf yesterday. And I woke up during the middle of the night and both calves went rah and cramped up on me like nobody's business. Where you feel like they're going to tear off, your muscles are going to be ripped from your bone and you're gonna need to go to the emergency room. And it was both of them. Usually a vicious cramp only hits one side or the other. This time, both calves went rah. I was like, oh, please go away, please go away. Stop this, stop this. Eventually it'd stop, and I'll tell you what, they're still sore. You still feel it. I don't know. I mean, people say water, potassium. They come up with all sorts of reasons. I tell you what, I think, I don't know. I guess I don't worry about it a heck of a lot. If there was a quick fix, I'd probably do it, but I'm not sure there is. I think if you work your muscles real hard, and again, I worked out hard yesterday and I was strutting around the golf course yesterday and probably taxed my calves and my legs a lot, which is a good thing. But it did not feel like a good thing at 3 in the morning. Somebody says, finally a normal stream instead of brain rotted Roblox Live. Are there a lot of Roblox Live videos? Live streamers watching Roblox? If you flip through any live platform, Is there a lot of video games? Have you? Let's see. You look strong are good. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. But good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy. And this is Coffee with Ken. It is Tuesday morning. It is 5:44 a.m. It is October 28th. Happy Tuesday. Undersky said next month on the 12th will mark for me 1 year without having a drop of alcohol. Well, way to go, Undersky. Way to go for you. Thank you, Rebecca Tilley. Good morning, Schlevel. Yeah, again, it's Tuesday morning. It's October 28th. It's 5:45 a.m. and this is Coffee with Ken. Coffee with Ken is a show I've done for quite some time, almost 6.5 years now. It's been on various social platforms, social media platforms. Started on Facebook, went over to TikTok, and now I've been going live on YouTube for about 10 months and enjoying it a lot over here. It's a show about me talking, sharing some feelings, kind of sharing the adventure of one man's life, one man who's realized that life isn't easy, but accepting the challenges that life has come in your way, no matter what decisions you make. A lot of people say, well, decisions have consequences. You know, no matter what decisions you make, you're gonna have a lot of challenges coming in life. And I think it's part of life. And I think the more we embrace it and accept it and welcome those challenges as learning opportunities, the better and happier our life's gonna be. And kind of that's what this show's about. It's a big day for me, kind of. I don't count days, but I stopped drinking. The last drink of alcohol I had was 4 years ago today. It was October 28th, 2021. I had gotten in the umpteenth millionth fight with my second wife. Was in a toxic relationship for both of us with a million bad habits between us. And I didn't want to do it anymore. And I was sleeping on a buddy's air mattress in his apartment in downtown Naperville to try and create some space from the toxic relationship in me. And I found time on this huge day of flux to make it to his party room in his apartment, I guess, or his resident room, or whatever you call it, and have 7 Stella Artois while sitting there, while feeling down, and that was my escape, my last escape from the pain and the struggle and the hurt I was going through, those 7 beers. And I woke up that night thinking, feeling the darkest of thoughts, on his air mattress, thinking, wow, I really messed up my life, so many things, and why go on, what am I doing? And I realized, well, the 2 real consistencies were feeling very dark thoughts and drinking alcohol. So I said, well, why don't we try not drinking alcohol tomorrow? And the day I made that decision was 4 years ago today. Feels kind of good. I'm proud of that. Again, I don't count days, but I remember the day. I mean, I could figure out, I could do the math, but I don't count days or count minutes or struggle. And being sober doesn't take great strength or great willpower, in my opinion. It just takes really wanting to not drink alcohol. I think there's a lot of BS out there, honestly, about alcohol and alcoholism and Alcoholics Anonymous and a lot of stuff that's hurting a lot of people that under the guise of helping them. I think if you want to stop drinking, you know how to do it and you have the power to stop drinking. So if anybody out there is waking up this morning feeling crappy because they drank last night, spent too much, gambled, got in a fight, argued with somebody, all under the influence of alcohol, and are embarrassed, ashamed, feeling crappy, and want it to stop, you know how to make it stop. You know what you need to do. But you gotta wanna do it. It's not gonna, if you just keep doing the same thing, you're gonna find your way to alcohol later today and drink and get buzzed and calm your nerves and heal the hangover and have too many and wake up feeling crappy again tomorrow. And at some point you gotta say enough is enough. I wanna break that cycle. And for me, that day was 4 years ago today. So, yeah. But anyway, for those that have been watching a while, it's not just a show about me talking. It's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a hot pot of coffee over there. And I am excited to have my first sip. Turn off my light in my bedroom. Don't need that on. I'm gonna carry you over to my kitchen, give you a view of my living room, my dining room, my kitchen. I always leave that cabinet open. I always leave that cabinet open. And I sit down, I get all comfy, ready for my coffee. I go, crap. The cabinet's open again. It's all laughing at me. Two schools of thought. I could just be okay with the cabinet being open. But I'm not. The cabinet laughs at me. Whoa! Is the sound of the cabinet laughing. Actually, I picture it more of a high-pitched laugh. That's the sound this cabinet would make. Ooh, I'm excited about something. I went grocery shopping after my round of golf, and there was a sale. There was a bunch of sales at the grocery store. I go to a place called Pick and Save here in Wisconsin, and they have these digital coupons. Maybe grocery stores around you have them as well. And if you scan the thing and you clip the coupon, you can save a fair amount of money. And I did that. One of the coupons was spend $75 and you get $10 off. So I went in just thinking about picking up a few things, but then I said, hey, I get 10 bucks off if I spend 75. So I decided to do a full grocery shopping. One of the things I bought, and you guys that have been watching a while know that one of my favorite coffees all time is the Starbucks Sumatra. It's a dark roast, big flavor coffee. I often describe it as a cup of coffee that kind of tastes like there's been dirt poured into it. I know that doesn't sound appealing to most of you, but to me it kind of reminds me of the experience of drinking like a Guinness beer, a big full flavored, probably it's at the starts, the first time you do it, not even an appealing flavor. I don't think this is a coffee for first timers or beginners, but I am not a first timer, nor am I a beginner. Under Sky recommends I call it an earthy taste. Yeah, but that would probably be the way the marketing company would describe it, an earthy taste. I'm a straight shooter, and I prefer to say it tastes like they poured some dirt in it. So I'm gonna light this candle, get back to my intro, take a swig of water because I'm thirsty as heck. Why do I put a top on my mug, says Bradley Powell. Bradley, I think if you thought about it, you could figure it out. I mean, it's a totally legitimate question. Totally legitimate question. Don't get me wrong, I'm not ruffled. Some questions I think are asked me with ill intention, and yours is not that. But I'm just challenging you to think about it. It's almost a quiz. I won't even answer that just yet. I'll get back to it if nobody gets it, but it won't take long. So anyway, I'm excited to have my first sip. To keep it warm, you understand, just out on a mug, it's not on a mug at all. It makes all the sense in the world. When I go to like Starbucks or a coffee shop, they'll offer to put my cup in my coffee in a mug, and I say, you know, I love the feeling of a mug, but put it in a to-go cup because it stays hotter longer. If you just drink coffee in a mug, you have to drink it quickly or it gets cool too quickly at home or at the coffee shop. So what I do is I get a to-go cup on the road, which is, you know, bad for the environment, bad for the business's expenses. But again, mugs don't come with lids, and since that, they're losing all their heat out the top. Not at home, they're not. So anyway, I am excited to have my first sip. My hope is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you have a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. I'm almost nervous. I'm kind of nervous. It's been a long time since I've had the Sumatra. Oh, cheers to us. It is the earthy flavor. It's nice to have it back. It is nice to have it back. And I purchased 2 bags of it yesterday. It was amazingly on sale. I think it was like $5.99. And again, the goal was to spend more yesterday. What a good marketing tool. I went in to purchase a couple things, and I ended up, before coupons, spending $119 at the store. But after coupons, I think it was only like $75. I tell you, you go to certain stores, like some stores, their prices are pretty good across the board on everything. And some stores are, you go to when you don't necessarily need everything. And this is what this store is Pick and Save. If I needed everything, you'd get gouged on certain prices, on certain things. But if you go in there and you're not very brand specific or needing something, their coupons bring their price very low. William says, I'm the best because I respond. Everyone else ignores you. You get bullied at school. What grade are you in? School's a tough one. And a lot of kids get bullied. You know, I didn't get bullied a lot, but, you know, there's certainly always a pecking order. And I went from the cool kid in school in 4th grade. We moved across town and into a new school. And that was kind of a hard transition for me. Yeah. But like everything else, you're gonna face challenges in life and maybe getting bullied. And I'm not saying it's cool or whatever, but if you can rise up and get stronger from it. Get stronger from the experience. Not every person chooses to rise up when they're faced with challenges. There was a kid I talk about a lot named Mike. I don't talk about him a lot. That was bullied and picked on through school. I think he was very effeminate and probably gay, and didn't know it yet, and ended up taking his life, and that makes me sad. My brother Steve took his life as well 3.5 years ago. Had a lot of demons and was challenged with a lot of things. Had a lot of gifts too, but just had an intensity that was hard to control. And people have often asked, what advice would I give myself or would I give others? I think keep going, because again, you're going to get your ass kicked from time to time in some way or other. And ass kicking comes in different forms to all of us. But I don't think anybody has an easy life. I think we all have our demons that we fight with. So, it's Tuesday morning. We could talk about 4 years sober. We could talk about my round of golf. We could talk about my apartment. We could talk about the coffee, the candle, me reading the Bible, the Old Testament. I'm going to turn down my fireplace. It's crackling a little more than I want it to. I'll be right back. Started watching a movie, I think 2 nights ago, and it's a Russian movie, which is so weird because I've never watched a Russian movie. And it's funny because I watched it for like 20 minutes the first night. I didn't even realize they were doing voiceovers. I thought it was a Russian movie. You look and all the directors, the actors, the producers are all Anakov and Volinsky and various other Russian sounding names. And it's the story of Mikhail Kalashnikov, the guy that invented the AK-47 rifle. I think it's a rifle. I don't even know. Right now he's working on a submachine gun. And it's kind of an interesting story. I'm enjoying the movie a lot, actually. And again, it's a Russian movie, and I think it's a pretty good story. He was in World War II. He was a tank commander and had these ideas and saw a need on the field for better guns that didn't jam and didn't have all the issues, and used to toy with crossbows and bows and arrows and as a little child, and was just an engineering mind and started to work on guns. We think of all the great inventors of, Edison, or I don't know, what's this guy's name? Eli Whitney made the cotton gin. Alexander Graham Bell, the telephone. Edison, a bunch of different things. We don't often think of like gun makers as great inventors, but he must have had a great engineering mind and put together a piece of equipment, or improved a piece of equipment that certainly has changed the world. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Yellow Summer has to go, but good talk. Well, thank you for joining briefly, Yellow Summer. and being a part of my glorious audience first thing this morning. We have 15 thumbs up and we got 30 people watching. As I often note, it seems a very consistent ratio is 2 to 1 in terms of viewers to thumbs up. So I appreciate everyone watching, and I also appreciate the thumbs up you give me. So thank you. You are a glorious audience, Baden. 2 to 1 is pretty normal. Occasionally we'll get somebody really supportive of the show and encourages people throughout to give thumbs up and to slam the like. Oh, that's nice. Well, that is nice. So it's Tuesday morning. You know, I don't like to look too far ahead today, but I got a good day ahead of me. I get to go to work later today. Might go to the gym. And might go donate plasma, because I can always use improvement in terms of my financial situation. More money's always better than less. Hold on 1 second here. Okay, hold on. I gotta take care of something. There we go. There we go. And good morning, Gym Rat. Had a great workout yesterday, Gym Rat. Great workout. I've been going to that fitness room. Since you told me to do a freestyle, I have been enjoying the crud out of the fitness room and flipping that dang tire over and just pulling down on this rope is so hard. I did it for like 1 minute and 30 yesterday. I don't know why that one particularly seems unpleasant. Because it's not like a pull-up, which is so hard you can only do a few. I can only do one and then try a few more times. But this one you can do, but it feels like you're running in sand. It's just hard. Yeah. But either way, felt great. It mellowed me out and improved my mood and allowed me to have a great round of golf yesterday. When you do the rope pull down, is it on a machine? Well, it doesn't have, it's not a motorized machine, but there's like a resistance level. You can flip it to 1 through 4 resistance, and for some reason, I'm at 3. Not that it's magic, but that's where it was the very first time I did it, so I'm doing that. And I just do it for a certain amount of time. And I don't even know when it works, but it's gotta work something, because it's hard. It kind of wears your shoulders down very quickly. How tall am I? I'm 6'2". Yeah, I'm 6'2". I'm probably like 220 pounds, which is probably 15 pounds more than an ideal weight for me. I think 205, I look my best. A lot of times, I know what it takes to lose weight. It takes just a little determination, a little want, and a will to experience hunger for a few hours a day. But so often I'm bored. Last night I was bored. I thought I didn't eat till maybe I got home from golf in the grocery store. So I really had very little to eat till 4 or 5 in the day, and then I ate 2 huge plates of nachos, and I chased it down with some Rocky Road ice cream. And when I say some Rocky Road ice cream, let's just say a whole lot of Rocky Road ice cream. I didn't need the ice cream, but it sure tasted good. Yeah. Let's see. That is quite the combination. It is quite the combination, Fidel. But I'll tell you what, it was a hell of a good combination. I went the extra mile yesterday at the grocery store. I talked about it. They put some things on sale and they had avocados on sale. And I go, avocados. It's been a while since I made guacamole, so let's buy a few avocados and whip up some guacamole. You know, I may or may not do that with the rest of the avocados, but I'll tell you what, that's a great thing to eat. Just cut an avocado in half and take a spoon and eat it right out of the shell like it's it probably is a fruit. I don't know. Are avocados fruits? They probably are. I don't know why, because they're green. I kind of think it's a vegetable, but it's probably a fruit. I'm not even totally sure it's good for you, but I think it's one of those healthy fats, avocados or guacamole. Let's see. Every once in a while I'll do my show and I'll catch myself and I'll take a deep breath, and that always feels great. Jim Rat says avocados have healthy fat. They're definitely good for it. Yeah, they kind of stick to the ribs a little bit. You know, if you eat an orange, it doesn't fill you up at all. But if you eat an avocado, it kind of does. So it must have some concentrated calories. And again, I think the problem with dieting for most of us is that we look at calories as the enemy. And a calorie is a unit of energy. And I don't know specifically what it is, but it's the amount of energy required to heat up like a gram of water a certain amount of degrees, maybe 1 degree. It's a unit of energy. So you need calories. Calories shouldn't be looked at as bad things. And I think most dieting, and the reason most of us struggle, is we look at calories as a bad thing. And you need them. But we also look at hunger as a bad thing. And sure, hunger in the extreme is a bad thing, and starvation is a bad thing. But being hungry for a few hours during the day isn't a bad thing, and I believe it creates an opportunity for your body to run more efficiently. We weren't designed as animals, as humans, as beings to be full or satiated all the time. We weren't. You know? You look at things that are satiated all the time, they're always eating, they're usually fat. They're like cows or pigs or elephants. You look at lean and muscly and conquering creatures. They're like lions, and they eat large meals periodically. And I kind of think mirroring those diets is a healthier way to live. And I'm not a doctor or a dietitian, but I know for me, if I feel hungry a few hours a day, and you look at hunger as a good thing and a means to an end, a means to get the body you want, the six-pack you want, I tell you what, it does not matter how many sit-ups you do a day. If you are fat, you're not going to have the body you want. You know, you don't get it just by working out. Yeah, working out's nice, but I think dieting's more important. Chapter Chaser, I'll bet you're overweight. Why are you saying that? King Carl says, you can lose a six-pack in a weekend. Okay, well, Chapter Chaser, then I know you're overweight. Each sit-up is not a calorie. See, that's the thing. I think most people think they can exercise to weight loss. You got to run a mile to burn. If you run a mile, you burn like 120 calories or something like that. And 120 calories is nothing. You eat a donut, you got to run like 3 or 4 miles to burn that off. Most of us don't run 3 or 4 miles in a day, and that's just the amount of calories in one donut. As Schlevel said, you can't outrun your mouth. And that is true, Schlevel. You can't exercise enough. Like I binge ate half a tub of Rocky Road ice cream. That might have been 1,000 calories. It takes me 8 miles of running to do that, and that was just sitting on the couch gorging for 20 minutes. But it's okay, because I went most of the day without eating and had a big meal and probably took in 2,400 calories at dinner. And I'm just guessing, I don't count, I'm just throwing that out there. But honestly, my body needed 3,300 calories to move like I did yesterday and to exercise like I did yesterday. So I lost weight yesterday despite my 2 deliciously large plates of nachos and my grotesque amount of Rocky Road ice cream. Our American food is the issue. Come Europe for a week, you'll return 20 pounds lighter and you'll eat more. I wonder if that's true. So funny, King Carl told me to sell this to him. King Carl, no, I'm not gonna sell this to you. As a matter of fact, I kind of don't even like your attitude. I wish you would leave my show if you want me to sell this to you. I just don't want to do that. I don't need to do that. When people come in and tell me, what's this show about? Sell it to me. You know what I mean? No. It's so good I don't have to sell it. I'm not begging for an audience. I'm pleased with my audience. I'm thankful for my audience. I'm appreciative. But I don't sell it. I don't ask people that I come across to watch my show because I need viewers. I want people that need this show to watch it. If I tell somebody I do a talk show called Coffee with Ken every day on YouTube, not everyone's gonna like it. Some are gonna go, it's stupid. Some are not gonna wanna talk about mental health or my golf round or alcohol or coffee. Some might think it's stupid. I'll tell you what, anybody out there looking to create something, do music, make a painting, you don't need everyone to like it. You don't even want everyone liking it. If everyone likes it, it's not even art. It's, I don't know, candy or something like that. Do you, create you, do what you want to do, and let your audience find you. Yeah. It's so freeing. I don't have to impress. Okay, well, you get it, King Carl. I'm not being mean, but I don't have to, like, people come on and say, oh, you should wear a hat when you're doing this. Well, I don't want to wear a hat. You shouldn't wear PJs. Well, this is what I do. I get out of bed, I put on my PJs, and I drink some dang coffee. If I had to put on a suit and tie, I might not want to do this show. Oh, you didn't really disrespect me, but just understand, because people will ask me, well, why should I watch your show? And honestly, my answer is, I don't know that you should. You know? Randall Young's being very polite. Please consider hitting that like and subscribe button, since you can get to know us all. What I do may be called monotherapy. I like that word, Tanner. Did you just make that up? You can't please everyone. And you shouldn't even try. I think I tried. I think I wanted everybody to like me. I thought popularity was having everyone be my best friend. And I'll tell you what, there's some jerks out there that you do not want as a best friend. And you want to separate yourself as far from them as you can. Yes, I know Jesus says if somebody slaps you in the face, give them your other cheek to slap back. But I'm not Jesus. I'm like, well, you hit me, get the hell away from me. You got no second chances. Good morning, 56. How are you? Does starting my morning this way let others decide how my day starts? Or am I pretty resilient? No, my day starts pretty much great every day. Some mornings I'll wake up feeling real crappy in bed and feel sad or depressed or lonely or anxious or afraid or whatever. And I go, okay, I don't want to get out of bed. Oh, everything sucks. And then I'll go, okay, what do? I say, thank you, God, for the sleep I got, the covers I have, the children that I have, the blessings that I have, and I'll think of a bunch of things I'm grateful for, and then I'll get going, and my day I cried 2 or 3 days ago. I had my daughter send me a video of when she and I were playing with the football a few 6, 7, 8 years ago now. And it just made me miss all my kids tremendously. So I'm not saying life's perfect for me at all. But I don't think life's supposed to be perfect. We all are dealing with issues. Some people will like to get on my show and poke at my individual issues, but it doesn't really faze me. You know, my life's not perfect. I don't have a ton of money, but I don't need a ton of money. I don't see my kids as often as I'd like, but I cherish the time I do see them. Yeah. How many kids do I have? I have 4 beautiful children. Crying is fine. Yeah, no, I think it was a good release. I was really missing. I have 2 older girls that are 19 and 16, and I have a young boy, handsome little son who's was under the weather yesterday and is 4.5, and a beautiful girl that's 3. All right, well, Brad, way to go. Am I okay? Do you ask everybody if they're okay? Well, thank you, King Carl. Yeah, no, my kids are beautiful. And it's interesting because they're at all different, well, my 2 little ones are at a very similar phase because they're similar age, but got one girl that's a junior in high school and one girl that's a sophomore in college. I'm gonna get a little more coffee. Do you guys want to watch the fire or do you want to get more coffee with me? I think we're gonna give you the fireplace. There it goes. There you are. Rachel has a 13-year-old daughter. Last night, her and her dad went to a Boston Bruins game. So Rachel, are you divorced and are you in Boston? I'm gonna guess you are. Maybe not. I don't know why I'm thinking you're divorced. Well, because you said her dad. I guess makes me think you are divorced. I'll bet I know what you did, Rachel. Oh, I am proud. I'm so proud of my girls and my babies. I'm so proud, and that's a very influx situation, I'll tell you that. I miss your kids being young. My youngest will be 20. Craziness how quick that time flew. Yeah, Randall Young, and that's kind of how it hit me. Because again, I think it was 7 years ago, she was 19, so she was 11 or 12 at the time. And we were in front of my home, which by the way I started this show when I was living in a dark apartment, I say. I don't think the apartment was that dark, but my mood was that dark and my emotions were that dark. But anyway, we were in front of the house where that apartment was, and she kicked a football, and I was filming it, and I go, way to go, way to go. She was a good little, we used to, I don't know, taught my girls how to throw a football and kick a football. I think that's cool. I wonder how many girls know how to punt a football or throw one. And she's certainly not, that type of athlete. But she could do it pretty well, and I'm proud of the way she kicks and throws a football. But anyway, and then she chased after, and I could just tell by the way she ran, she looked younger. And she was 11, and now she's 19. She's a young woman. And she was still just a kid back then. Can she block? I doubt she can block. She sent me a picture. She's a sophomore at Iowa State, and she sent me a picture of her, and she joined some intramural flag football team. She met a bunch of girls on campus, and they needed some players. And I go, well, how'd you do? And she goes, we got killed. Some of those girls were really good, really knew how to play. Yeah, no, it is Randall Young. It is. Again, she wasn't the greatest athlete at various things, but yeah, she knows how to throw a football, so that's neat. Jim Rat, we're working on that right now. We're working on that, and we're going through some tenuous times, if you will. But yeah, I was fortunate to have I have two little ones, and their mama and I are working through parenting time and live in different states. And I was fortunate to have the two little ones up here over 3 weekends the last couple months, and it was wonderful. But yeah, we're working on that right now. Am I a fan of any teams? I used to be a crazy sports fan, but I'm not anymore. I think I used to get depressed or bummed out, or if my team lost. And it was stupid. It was stupid. And I've brought this story up many times. I was a huge Cubs fan for most of my life. And in 2003, they were a few outs from making it to the World Series. And then a foul ball got hit down the left line, and a guy named Bartman reached out and touched the ball, and the left fielder could have caught it if he didn't. But I tell you what, I don't blame Bartman at all. He did what any fan would do. I might have hidden from the ball, but he caught it. He was a fan. And Moises Alou, the left fielder, threw a tantrum and acted like he got screwed, and he should have just ran back to left field and kept the game going, but he threw a tantrum. The whole stadium erupted. The team lost its nerve and choked away the rest of the game and ended up not making it to the World Series. Shame on Moises Alou and the Cubs players that choked away that game. It was not Bartman's fault. But anyway, the next year, 2004, the Cubs had a couple dominant pitchers at the time named Kerry Wood and Mark Pryor. They both could throw the ball 95 plus miles an hour and strike out a ton of guys. They were big, strong, young stud pitchers. And during spring training, both of them had a fatigue in their right elbow, and it started going, uh-oh. And they got rested for a little bit, and it was a soreness. Then they got put on injured reserve. Then they got that extended, and then they got their seasons shut down for Tommy John surgery. And I was so bummed out and so depressed. And eventually I said, this is stupid that I care so much about two multi-million-dollar athletes that don't know I exist, that their elbows feeling a little sore. I have to distance myself from professional sports. And I did a little bit, and it's been successful, and I've cared less. And let me tell you, when I stopped drinking 4 years ago, I care even less. I think a lot of people watch sports escapism, but that escapism comes with alcohol as well. And get used to pairing drinking beer with watching a football game. And since I've stopped drinking, I care even less. Oh, that's good. Let's see. Ken, I have been with her dad for 15 years, not married, never will. I feel you call him your partner. People think you're a lesbian because you call him your partner. Yeah, it does sound kind of lesbian-like. But whatever you want to do, I'd be curious to talk about why you don't want to get married or whatever. Again, I'm twice divorced, twice married. I tell you what, it's obvious. I would not be twice divorced if I wasn't twice married. I never would have gotten divorced if I never got married. I was raised to believe marriage was forever. There is absolutely no way that I just don't think there's any way those women, my two ex-wives should be with me or I should be with them. Am I a Christian? I'm on a spiritual journey. I struggle calling myself a Christian. I go to a Christian church and I read the Bible 2 chapters a night. I'm a person of faith, though. Do I think those marriages were mistakes? Certainly the second one I rushed into. I mean, mistakes. I think everything in life's a learning experience. And if I didn't get married either time, I wouldn't have my 4 beautiful kids. And my life would be much less fulfilled without my 4 beautiful kids. Somebody says they love women. They've been married 4 times so far. I like that. You're an eternal optimist. So far. Clearly means you'd get married again. Marriage and divorce cost a lot of money. You want to buy a home. They really do. It's ridiculous. Good morning, Opal Bond. How are you today? How are you today? Life is a trial and error. Even at my age, at our age. Oh, good, Jim Rat. I thought you said at your age. We're not robots. We don't have computer chips in us. We're not perfect. We make mistakes and learn from them and move on. Yeah, it's certainly. You said your age. I was hurt. I think you said you might be 41 or something like that. But that's right. We can learn from everything. Yeah. Let's see. I hadn't noticed the Cash App. I don't know what you're saying, Randall Young. So when I don't know what you guys are talking about, I just sit here and drink some coffee. Ken has memberships. I don't know what my if I have memberships, Randall Young, to be honest, I wish I knew what anyone would want. Nobody has ever said, Ken, I want to be a member. I would like. See, is that Cash King guy still watching that? You're 52, okay. I've never had somebody that became a member say, Ken, I'd like a text once a week, a happy birthday song, a personalized video, and anything. If I knew what anybody wanted for membership, I'd love to do it. It'd be fun for me. But nobody has ever become a member and said, Ken, we want this from you. And I'm not going to guess that they want specialized videos, or I'm not going to guess what anybody wants. But if somebody wants to become a member to my page and wants me to text them once a week to check in or send them a little personalized, go get them today video, I'd be happy to do it. But I'm not going to guess because, yeah, okay, well, you'd be a member because you enjoy what I do. That's what everyone says. They don't want me to do anything. You know, I'd love to be able to package this in something, but nobody's ever said they, you know, need a boost or need a little prayer or need a something. So, you know, rather than try and create something, I just keep doing what I'm doing, which is drinking coffee and talking a little bit every morning. I like that. You said I have smooth vibes. So it's 6:36. Did I mention that it's been 4 years since I had my last drink of alcohol? It's funny, I was at the grocery store, as I mentioned. I still look at sales on Heineken. I went by, it was on sale, an 18-pack for $21.97. I'll tell you what, it felt good to get an 18-pack of Heineken. 12-pack was not for sure it would make it through the day. But an 18-pack, I knew I had enough for a day. 12-pack was probably enough, but I did not know. Michael Ellis said you're 2 hours, 10 minutes alcohol-free. Way to go, Michael Ellis. Way to go. Somebody said Heineken is a great party beer. I tell you what, I feel a little bad. Anyone that follows me on Facebook, you guys can look it up. My name's Ken Tracy. I'm on Facebook. But anyway, I posted a picture this morning. And it's actually a pretty cool picture of me in a button-down white shirt, kind of sitting slouched over, but cool slouched over, wearing sunglasses, looking off to the side, and I got a bottle of Heineken in my hand. Honestly, it looks like it could be a commercial for Heineken. So I kind of felt bad using it as the picture that I posted on Facebook saying it's been 4 years since I had my last drink. Because in some ways, the picture kind of glamorizes drinking because it's a cool picture. It is a cool picture. But anyway, yeah, I thought Heineken made me cool. I don't think it made me cool. It looked like I just liked a good beer. How can I read the chat from so far? I don't know. I haven't gone a week without alcohol since you were 16. In the UK, you can drink legally at 18. Yeah, well, do you want to drink or do you not? I mean, do you want to drink or are you trying to quit? Smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo. Rachel 420, you smoke cigarettes? I saw at the grocery store, there were two women in a car with two kids in the back seat, and the woman in the passenger seat was smoking a cigarette. She had the window cracked and tapped it on the window, so I'm assuming the driver probably also smoked, or the passenger wouldn't be able to. But I felt bad for the kids a little bit, because they're going to be raised as smokers. They almost have no chance but to not, to not be smokers, because their mom and her friend were smoking in the front seat with two little kids in a car seat. You don't want to quit completely. You just want to lower your alcohol intake. I think you may eventually find that lowering your alcohol intake is not doable. And maybe the more you try to lower your alcohol intake over time, you're going to find you end up drinking more. I think a lot of us want to lower our alcohol intake, but we keep drinking. We drink more than we used to, and we wake up hungover every day and feeling stupid. So I think for a lot of people, lowering intake isn't feasible. And you'll have to see if that's true for you. It certainly was for me. I never lowered was able to lower my intake, Because then, I tell you what, just like the ice cream, I knew when I started it, I was going to eat a grotesque amount, and I did. If I drink one beer, I don't want one beer or 3 beers. I want as many as I want. I oftentimes want to finish the beer, just so the temptation's gone. Yeah. Big Lover is saying they missed the content or the context. Oh, context is different. Yeah. Oh, that feels good. That feels good. You drink, Randall says he still drinks 2 beers occasionally. Yeah, that just doesn't interest me. Yeah, no, I don't want 1 cookie or 1 donut or 1 beer or 2 donuts, cookies, or beers, or 2 scoops of ice cream. If I have a little ice cream or 1 cookie or 1 donut or 1 beer, I just want more. I go into a frenzy. And I decided a frenzy of drinking all the time wasn't a good life. Big Lover says there are other things that are more addictive than drinking alcohol. Okay. One 12-pack is perfect. Yeah, that's the way it was coming to me, Fidel. But even if I had a 12-pack, the last beer I drank was sad. I wished I had more. All right. So are you still drinking, Randall Young? I forget. You say you can stop at 3 beers. Are you the one looking to cut back? Are you the one looking to cut back? If you can stop at 3 beers, it sounds like you don't. All right, well, way to go, Randall Young. Keep an eye on it. I know for me, that just wouldn't be what I'd want to do. A few beers here and there for me. Yeah, no, I don't. If you, again, I think if I thought I could get high or buzzed every once in a while, I'd still do it. But to me, it was just an all-consuming thing. And if I drank a little or smoked a little weed, my mind would go into I want more mode. And it's true with ice cream too. I just don't think the detriment that is ice cream is a big enough deal for me to swear it off for the rest of my life. You know, if I go to my grave 5 pounds overweight, that might be okay. I can roll with that. I've never been pulled over and been asked by a cop, have you been eating ice cream? Oh, no. Yes, sir. No, I haven't eaten any ice cream. Excuse me, sir. What's that laying on the floor over there? That looks like an ice cream wrapper. No, officer. That's not my wrapper. That wasn't me that was eating that ice cream. Somebody must have left that ice cream wrapper in my car. Would you step outside, sir? Do I have to, sir? I'm really in kind of a rush. Yes, sir. Please step outside. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to not have ice cream either. Because again, it's not good for you. But it's not poisonous. And again, the tough thing with ice cream and food is you need calories. I mean, you don't need alcohol. I mean, you don't need ice cream, obviously. But you can easily rationalize that it's food. Unless you have a rush to buy more. 2 scoop puts you over the limit. Well, no, 2 scoops would probably be not over the limit, but that's all you need. If you go 3 scoops, you're gluttonous. And believe me, I must have had at least 6 scoops last night because the tub of ice cream I had almost didn't make it through the night. I was full when I started. Yeah. Let's see, I almost dropped my coffee. A world with no ice cream. Yeah, lasagna is delicious, and a nice steak is delicious, Rebecca. But I rarely binge eat lasagna or a nice steak. You know? I mean, I don't know if we get fat from eating nice steaks or even eating lasagna. Yes, I know they both have calories. But again, we need calories. And I guess I would say, for sure, the steak offers protein and various things we need. Lasagna, you could say, does too, but less so. But ice cream's fairly empty calories. Let's see. Let's see. Let us see. So we've talked for 70 minutes on this glorious Tuesday morning. Still dark outside. I think yesterday I was showing the sunrise. Now, I don't want ice cream right now, Rachel 420. I got no desire to eat ice cream right now. None. I do have a desire to put on a sweatshirt and maybe a coat because it's probably pretty chilly out there and head over to the gym. I think I'm going to go back to the weight room today and do the bench and the curls and the pull-ups and the core workout and the stretching that I've kind of gotten away from the last week and a half, just to see if I still can bench press a fair amount of weight. But I think my regular go-to workout, I'm really enjoying, again, the fitness room and flipping that tire over and getting my whole body strong from doing one exercise. Somebody desperately wants to get back into the gym. Do you really, Carnivorous Giraffe, which by the way is a funny name, do you really desperately do you want to get back into the gym, or do you want to get in shape, or do you want to start working out? Do I go to the gym every day? No, I probably average 4 times a week. Sometimes it'll be a little more, sometimes it'll be a little less. I think for me, again, I'm kind of addictive in nature, and I can get in a routine where I can go every day. And I'm not even sure that's the best thing for you. I think it's good to take a day off from time to time. Wait, you said, of course, you used to go all the time. Of course what? That you want to go to the gym, or do you want to work out? And I wonder what your level of conditioning is. And what's keeping you from going to the gym, Carnivorous Giraffe? If you desperately want to go, why don't you? Yeah, I'm curious why you don't go to the gym if you desperately want to go. Let's see. All right, well, Rachel 420, thank you so much for tuning on. I hope you and your partner have a wonderful day today and save up some money for that house. And I hope your daughter had a great time at the Bruins game. Where's Carnivorous Giraffe? They were here a minute ago and they said they desperately wanted to go get back into the gym. All right. Why don't you? Oh, there you are. I don't go to the gym because you're broke. I used to like the act of going. Okay, I appreciate you going deeper into that, because you didn't say you wanted to get in shape or you even wanted to work out. You specifically said you wanted to go to the gym. I mean, how broke are you? Do you live in America? Do you have a Planet Fitness near you? Planet Fitness is like $15 a month. You've got to be able to afford you have to be able to afford $15 a month to go to the gym if you want to go to the gym. You can't say I'm too broke for $15 a month. You need to go without eating for a day or two to save that money and go to the gym. Your mental health and the benefits you get at the gym are worth it. Somebody said Planet Fitness is for brokies. I don't know exactly what a brokey is, but I'll tell you what, Planet Fitness is a great deal. The gym's clean, they got plenty of equipment, and it's $15 a month. You're a single income family because of a disability. Okay, carnivorous giraffe, I'm not trying to be nice. That's not my goal. Somebody asked me, I was filling out something, and I was filling a questionnaire yesterday, and they said, use words that describe you. And the words I found that most described me were a little more aggressive and a little more chaotic. And it said, are you more like this or are you kind? I'm very nice, but kind. To me, kind seems kind of like a pushover and won't challenge you. So if I was kind, I'd say, oh, you're a single income family and a disability. Oh, okay, well then don't worry about working out. You're probably doing the right thing. But I'm not that kind. I'm gonna kick you in the ass. And it sounds like you're making a lot of excuses to not join the gym. If the gym's $45 a month, figure a way to afford it. That's what I'd say. Or you desperately don't want to go to the gym. Yeah, you desperately don't want to go to the gym. If you desperately wanted to go to the gym, you could find $45 to go to join a gym. Schlevel said, it's wanting to want to work out. Yeah, no, Schlevel, I think that's true. That's pretty wise of you. Sometimes it's not really wanting to work out, it's wanting to want to work out. Yeah, and the same's with alcohol, Schlevel. Most people don't want to stop drinking alcohol. They feel like they should want to stop drinking alcohol, and they're just not being honest with themselves. Somebody says buy your own gym, they're saying. But you can't really buy your own gym, and I'm not doubting carnivorous giraffe. Again, working out at home isn't the same as going to the gym. Going to the gym has a vibe and an energy, and you know, I enjoy going to the gym too. I was working out in my basement and I was tired of it. I like going to the gym too, I get that. Yeah, again, if you really want to, you can find $45. It's worth it. You can't, I'm not, I get money's tight. But you have to, if you really want to go, you got to find a way for the mental and physical benefits of fitness. You just bought your first pair of jeans in 3 years. Well, how often do you need to buy jeans? I buy jeans about every 3 years as well. Rebecca Tilley said maybe just start walking. That's a good start. But Rebecca, the thing is, carnivorous giraffe didn't want to say they wanted to get in shape. I would have suggested they start walking. Yeah, that's a good start. Ms. Life, again, is saying you could also just go for a run, but again, you're missing it. They didn't say they wanted to get in better shape. No, you don't have to be sorry, but again, if they wanted to get in better shape, I'd say, well, you can do some push-ups or sit-ups. But they wanted to join the gym. But they didn't really even want to join the gym. I mean, sort of wanted to. And again, I'm not trying to be mean at all, but I mean, I think, what drove me over the edge was being on those alcohol pages on Facebook and having people act like a victim and they couldn't stop, and what are they supposed to do? You know, I'm not acting like a victim that I binged on a bunch of ice cream. I was a pig. I enjoyed it. You know, if you take ownership, you have power to stop. But if you don't, you're a victim, and you're screwed. I'd rather not be a victim. Randall Young's being very specific about his jeans. You get 7 new pairs of jeans a year? 7 new pairs of jeans a year? I don't know if I've owned 7 pairs of jeans in my life. I mean, that's not true. I've obviously owned 7 pairs of jeans in my life, but I mean, dozen a pair of jeans? And I wear them like almost every day. I have like 3 pairs of jeans, 2 I never wear, and 1 I wear most days. 56, I don't remember that exact words Brady episode. I've obviously seen it, but I can't, when you bring that up, it doesn't ring a bell. I've certainly seen every Brady show. I wonder if I've seen every Oliver Brady show. Do you remember when Oliver got on the Bradys? Joined the Brady Bunch? They like adopted a kid. I think that was only 1 season. You slowly bought weight plates for home and made my own things. Suits me better than gym and works for cheaper. Always a solution. Yeah, again, Obsidian, you don't even need weight plates. You could do push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks, go for a walk, go for a run. There's a million ways to stay fit. But this person wanted to join the gym. It's funny, Randall Young, you wear like the same outfit every day. And that's intriguing to me. Like I'm wearing a different t-shirt today. I mean, I've worn this t-shirt a bunch. I bought it for July 4th. But I wear like a different t-shirt every day. It'd almost be easier if you did have the exact same clothes to wear every day. Like a bunch of different sets of it. And you all, like Steve Jobs, I think, always wore a black turtleneck. How much easier your choices would be. Somebody works construction, they don't need to go to the gym to exercise, but you still do. It was Cousin Oliver 56. 56, you might be my favorite viewer just because I'm not buying what you're selling. But anyway, we have a glorious audience today, and it's been a great show. I appreciate you guys so much for joining me on this Tuesday morning. Again, I'm just going to say it again. It's 4 years ago today that I had my last drink of alcohol. So I'm going to be proud of that today and celebrate that a little bit today. And try and keep on a roll of being proud and celebrating. And I'm going to do things that I need to do today, like go to the gym. I don't even need to, but I want to. Donate plasma because that generates money and I need more money. I'm going to go to work with a great attitude today and work really hard. I'm going to follow up on a few job opportunities. I had a big day yesterday. I have 2 jobs. I'm fully employed, but I was a realtor for 17 years, and I left that 3 years ago during my second divorce. And I'll tell you what, when you're 55 or 4 or whatever I was, and you've been doing something a long time, and suddenly you're back in the job market with no idea what you want to do when you grow up, it can be daunting. I think I have 2 I have 2 jobs that are paying the bills right now, but I haven't really decided what I wanted to do when I grow up. And both the things I'm doing right now or building towards could be exciting opportunities for me long term. So I'm going to keep the momentum going with that. I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm going to have a great day, and I hope you do as well. Hope you had a wonderful night's sleep. Your week started out real well yesterday. Hope you are feeling good. Hope you are loving yourself. Hope you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.